Hi, I'm John Hood. I'm the author of a series of historical fantasy novels called The Folklore Cycle. The first two books of the series were Mountain Folk and Forest Folk. The new book in the series is entitled Water Folk, and it's about to be published. This is the sixth in a series of videos we've prepared to give you an advance look at the world of water folk. The Folklore Cycle combines historical people and events with local myths and legends. There are fairies and other small folk in my tales. There are also some very big folk. Yep, I'm talking monsters. You can see them right on the covers of my books. Giant vampire cats, river dragons from Cherokee folklore, minotaurs from Greek mythology, and sea monsters from your worst nightmares. I'm speaking to you from Calumet Park, just south of Chicago, Illinois. Behind me is Lake Michigan. For centuries, people have claimed to have seen an impossibly large serpent lurking in these waters. Think the Loch Ness Monster, only weirder. In 1893, for example, two soldiers in nearby Fort Sheridan spotted a creature with a 30-foot-long body and the head of an alligator. The men were reportedly so scared that they gave up drinking, temporarily. That was far from the first sighting of such monsters here and in the other Great Lakes. Before the arrival of Europeans, local Indians told colorful tales about great sea serpents in perpetual war against giant birds. For my new novel, Water Folk, I borrowed heavily from Native American folklore to give my heroes a range of fearsome creatures to overcome. Though I should say that in my novels, some of the heroes are themselves monsters. For example, creatures from Navajo myth play a big role in the story. One is called Sasnalkahi. That means the bear that pursues. As the illustration suggests, this red-eyed monstrosity was no ordinary bear. Another beast featured in Waterfolk is Tihotsodi. In Navajo, that name translates as water monster. In the myth, it starts out as an animated stone, but is later magically transformed into an elongated otter with the horns of a buffalo. As I suggested, in the Folklore Cycle, you ought not judge a book by its cover, so to speak. What appears to be one thing may actually turn out to be something else, and readers aren't always sure which characters they're supposed to be rooting for, at least at first. I didn't just borrow creatures from Navajo myth. The Chumash of Southern California told tales of the hop-hop. Imagine an elephant wearing a skirt of writhing rattlesnakes and able to suck entire trees down its massive trunk. Here in the Great Lakes region, the Ottawa, Ojibwe, and Shawnee all had legends about a monster called Water Panther, a cross between a cougar and a dragon. It used a very long tail to drag human prey down to a watery death. Two of the largest creatures in Waterfolk are found far from the shores of Lake Michigan. In fact, when readers first encounter them, the setting is thousands of miles away in the South Pacific. One is Mocha Dick, the great white whale, whose real-life exploits inspired Herman Melville's novel. The other, more fanciful denizen of the deep is the Kraken. You may remember this tentacled beast from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Giant squids, giant octopi, or giant crab monsters figure prominently in the folklore of coastal cultures around the world. Now, my version of the Kraken has a special ability, though I won't tell you and ruin the surprise. In future videos, I'll show you even more of the fantastic world of Waterfolk. You can always go learn more for yourself by visiting the website for the series. That's folklorecycle.com. There you can watch all the other videos in this series. You can read all about the major characters, themes, settings, and magical creatures that populate Waterfolk. And of course, you can order the book as a paperback, as an ebook, or as an audiobook. See you soon.